Big River Bakery here in Shieldfield in Newcastle. So this is a community bakery. What's that mean? It's a bakery about social value, social impact, environmental impact, as well as making some lovely product. We do a lot of courses and get people in to do activities from the community and more widely, and feed people who maybe couldn't afford any food, or make sure there is affordable product here for everyone. So that's the ethos of the bakery: healthy, affordable food made sustainably for everyone, not just the affluent. That's what drives the bakery, what we do. I would like a fairer food system to exist in the northeast and beyond, of course. And if I make 20 bakeries, someone will maybe give me an MBE and say, well done. But I don't think that's enough. I think the message has to get out much more widely of a kinder food system, a fairer way of making food and of doing business. And I think the power of technology is the way to make that happen. It's called Scotty's Kindness Quest. He's a bit of an emblem of the bakery, Scotty the Stotty, and it is about being kind. So he's getting the bits together, the ingredients that he needs to make the loaf. So there's a bit of learning there. There's challenges he faces. So in overcoming those challenges, he uses kindness to get to a result of making some lovely bread. Obviously we want people to play it, but really there's a bit of learning and just gentle nudging to think about being kinder to yourself, your own body, to your community, and to the environment and the world around you.
We came up with the concept for this game from 4 design pillars, which were food sustainability, history of Newcastle and the Stotty itself, and kindness in general, and inspiring action. Each game feature goes through a separate process of sort of feasibility testing. Does it work? Is it worth it? Are we going to overscope it? That sort of thing. So you've got to sort of condense, using your constraints, exactly how the thing is going to look, what style it's going to be, balance the difficulty, what's the colour scheme, what are the character styles and things like that. All this stuff has to integrate and sort of make sense within the greater context of the game itself. So although you've got 5 different separate mini-games, they've all got to sort of fit, and they've all got to make sense, and then you've got the pacing of the narrative, so that it's all got to flow nicely, and hopefully it all comes together into an integrated whole at the end that's fun and interesting.
Storytelling is really, I feel, where that kindness kind of came through. We had lots of interesting characters, variety of characters, and then through the game, as you progress and help all of these friendly people, you learn a bit about kindness along the way. We did the first draft, and then I did a big second draft. And then after that, there was just lots of little changes that we had to try to keep track of, where someone would notice something somewhere, even if it was just one sentence, so we had to change that kind of on the fly, and we did that kind of flexibly. But we also had to keep in mind as well that Gail had previously written books with these characters as well, so we also made sure that she was happy with the script and that the voice of those characters that we were using, that she's created, it matched the voice she wrote them in when she did the books as well.
Hard to describe what makes a face welcoming and kind, but there are certain really simple tricks that you can employ. So things like making sure the eyebrows are not too aggressive, and making sure that the face isn't too pinched, and there are certain artistic tricks that you can employ, but a lot of the time it's just instinct and giving things a try. And when you're working in 3D, you can squish everything around and move the features like clay. So if you haven't got it quite right, you don't have to start over. You can just kind of shift things around. character I'm most proud of is possibly the farmer. I really like him. I just think he's got a nice round belly. And I just think he looks like a pleasant fellow. But I like them all. The actual baker himself is quite nice. He's got some good expressions on his face, which I enjoy changing from one to the other.
The game has quite a lot of different layers and you wouldn't necessarily realise it, but in the running game in particular, there's one trick we employ where the character isn't actually running or moving at all. They're running on the spot and we move all of the environment past them. And this sort of creates the illusion of the movement, but they're actually just stationary.
In the team we have some really cool roles, from the artists, technical artists, designers, to the game developers, story writers. And actually it was really nice because this is the first project where everyone came together and everyone input in every single part of the development. And it's really, really nice because what the team has created, it actually works for different age groups, for the children and for the adults. And if we can raise the awareness about the work that Big River Bakery do, about the history of the Scotty, around the food sustainability, it's really, really powerful.
Sometimes you are on a crossroads and you need a colleague to be kind to you, because I was for a week, I was like painstakingly painting every brick on that mill, and there was a kind voice of reason and compassion who told me, Mikhail, probably this is not the optimal approach. I appreciate the effort, but at the same time, there are deadlines, we need to move forward. Kindness is not just a visual or just a rounded corner here or there, or I don't know, a tree that is less spiky than it could be in the nature. Kindness is in collaboration. Kindness is pretty much the foundation this project is built upon, because if we cannot rely on each other, if we cannot give each other creative space, creative freedom, and at the same time absolute understanding of the amount of scale of effort that goes into a project like that, there won't be any game without kindness, this or any other game in existence.
Hopefully through the game we can reach out and support Big River Bakery to reach out even more people across UK and hopefully across the world to learn about the story around the food sustainability and most importantly around the kindness.
I think kindness is a very transformative thing. The second book we have is all about Scotty going in search of his superpower, and I think the superpower that the world needs actually at the moment, and truly believe that, is kindness, and I think that is going to be the transformative force that might turn the world into something that is sustainable.